Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of WolfPack Roundtable Star Wars Rebels Reviews. Tonight we are reviewing the latest episode, Star Wars Rebels episode. It's 6, 7. Honestly,
We don't know.
we don't really know.
We don't know.
So it's an episode that happens to fall in Star Wars Rebels. It's just a very odd way that they're putting the episodes out. Like, we don't know if Spark of Rebellion is officially, episodes 1 or 2, but you get the point. You get the gist of it. We're not 100% sure, but I count this as episode number 6. So it's either episode number, I don't care. It's episode 6 to me. So we're going to talk about the Darth Vader scene from Spark of Rebellion first, because James Earl Jones is back as Vader. Oh, let me introduce everybody first. I'm sorry.
Everybody. Oh, yeah, because we have so many people here right now.
I'm Corey, and I'm joined tonight with Logan.
Yep, I'm here. I'm the only other one here, so, yep.
So tonight...
we're the biggest Rebels fans, so I think it's proper that we do this.
We are. I have my Rebels Star Wars Weekend shirt on here, and Zeb about to deck me in the face right behind me, and
he looks like he's just gonna punch you in the back of the head, man. He's not happy with you.
And for those who ask me where I found it, I bought it on eBay. So if you want to get it, head on over to eBay.
That's the only place you can get Rebels figures.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start this review. The Darth Vader scene was Sunday, last Sunday, and we got our first look at Vader in Rebels, and it started out with a shot from the Star Destroyers, which, come on, is that shot not cool?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I mean, you can see the tower, just in the middle there. That's where the Inquisitor and Vader are at. You can really see the length of this thing, man. This thing's massive.
Yeah, it shows the scale a little better.
This may even be a Super Star Destroyer. I don't know, but it's nothing little.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the man himself, Darth Vader. And of course, James Earl Jones came back to voice Vader. I know a lot of people have been saying this, and I kind of noticed it a little bit. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. Obviously, James Earl Jones is a bit older, and for me, it sounded a bit different. It didn't sound that different to me, but I could notice a little bit of a difference within the tone of the voice. I didn't care because it sounded like Vader to me, so yeah.
I actually didn't notice, so maybe I'm just blind with my hearing on it.
I didn't really notice it the first time either until I went back and plugged in my headphones and kind of listened to it on the Disney XD app, and then I realized that there was a little bit of a tone difference, but again, it's nothing major. I mean, honestly, it sounds like Vader from the original trilogy, and I absolutely love it. I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm. I'm just so glad that James Earl Jones has those now are his last lines that were in Star Wars, as opposed to "No," which those were his last recorded lines as Vader.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's where we left it. That's where it was. Now we have this at least, and I'm sure he'll be back again.
Right. So here we have the Inquisitor kneeling down and talk to Vader, and I want to talk about a little bit about what Vader said.
I think some people are getting the wrong impression of it. And,
yeah, a lot of people are taking stuff that he said word for word literal. Remember, this is not supposed to be a literally taken show, I guess. No, I mean, yeah, it could be. Vader says to hunt down the remaining children of the Force. People think that children relates to the Clone Wars Season 3 episode, Children of the Force, and that Vader's actually asking the Inquisitor to go hunt down babies. It could be.
Well, I mean, you could. They could, but I think they'd rather recruit a child directly as opposed to somebody who, more like Ezra, where I guess they might offer him the chance, but if he doesn't fall in line, they'll just kill him.
Absolutely, and look, yeah, it's so true that
controlling the Force user population.
Yeah, so when I think of this and I think of, he asks the Inquisitor to hunt down children of the Force, I'm thinking Ezra. Yeah, and honestly, I think that that's something that that makes sense for them to address that that he's saying, yeah, go hunt down children of the Force, Ezra included, because he is a child of the Force. So it's cool to see that the Inquisitor gets his mission prior to Rise of the Old Masters, where we see him come in. Vader also says something that I noticed off the bat, was Vader said that these Jedi that were rising into power, these Force users, that the Emperor foresaw that it was a threat against the Emperor. Now, he did not say Empire, he said the Emperor, which means that me and Logan have a pretty strong theory that we're going to be seeing one of the Rebels characters go to the top, and try to take down the Emperor. At some point in the series, probably series finale, but Vader kind of hinted at it. I noticed it. It was a very clear indication that, someone's going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that a lot, and that was very cool. And then Vader said also to the Inquisitor that his task was not yet complete, which means that the Inquisitor has pretty much been working for the Empire 15 years. Mm-hmm. So
I would like to see a full-on backstory to the Inquisitor at some point.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think we will. I think
I'm sure we will in some format, whether it's the show or a companion guide or who knows what.
Right, yeah, sometime down the line we'll definitely get a better understanding. Maybe a comic book series based on the Inquisitor.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah, kind of like Kanan's backstory. I think that'd be kind of cool if they release comic books each, one at a time, like Kanan, and then we get maybe Sabine and all those comics. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're getting a Kanan one coming up, but yeah. So here's Vader. Look at that animation. At first I thought he was going to look a lot like the Macquarie one. Actually, he looks more like the original trilogy one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mixture, but there's more original trilogy features in it, which is fine. I love that.
Which I think was a smart idea. Now, I still can't understand why people are going that he looks too animated. It looks like they were really trying not to overly animate him.
I've not heard this one. That's pretty...
I have. I guess I just view channels where people like to complain about things. But,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an image of the Inquisitor after he's given the order. He just opens his eyes and he's pissed. Well,
his eyes are so creepy. I don't like them.
Yeah, he's the Inquisitor's very intimidating, I will say.
His eyes are like the best animated things I think I've ever seen. I'm
Yeah.
not even joking. They look really creepy.
Yeah, he is, and I'm excited to see where the Inquisitor is going to go. Obviously, we reviewed Rise of the Old Masters last week, and that just aired this week on Disney XD, so if you guys have not checked that out, go ahead and check that out. We're going to now go ahead and dive into the episode Breaking Ranks. Fantastic episode.
First off, we are going to spoil this thing rotten. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch it.
Yes, this is going to be a very, very spoiler-heavy episode. Look, every time we're going to review Rebels, it's going to have spoilers.
It's going to be spoiler-filled. We just want you guys to know that.
Yeah. So, no worries there. But yeah, so let's start talking about the episode. It's a different kind of episode, and it's my favorite in the whole series, and that's saying a lot because Rise of the Old Masters, it's kind of hard to top that. But I really think that they did this time. And I think they keep on doing just a better job every time. But we always talk about this on every show. There is some freaking amazing, beautiful shots here in Rebels.
Well, I took a screenshot of this as well because this just looks amazing.
I can't even, it's incredible, the lighting and we've been talking about this the last few shows ever since they showed that Ezra and Zeb walking away from, into the sunset, walking from the sunset. Then we got one in Rise of the Old Masters. I forget what it was, but this one, yeah, they're good with these, very good.
It's impressive.
Absolutely. So the lighting team over there, very good job. And then we get an opening shot of the Imperial Academy. So look at all those walkers. It's very cool. Get some graffiti on those little building hedges there. And as you can see, you got cadets walking in there. So this is an episode where Ezra goes undercover as a cadet. which I think is awesome.
Hmm.
So here's a look at all the cadets. As you can see, the different colors kind of, I'm imagining shows their superiority because the ones behind them don't have them. So Ezra, who's nicknamed Dev Morgan, has the red right there. We know Hasbro's going to be releasing a figure of that, so I guess now we know
No,
why it's
not.
red. They are, but it's going to be out in 2017. Guarantee you, we're never going to see that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so yeah, very cool. Uh, that's Commander Arisco, I believe his name is. Very cool, kind of a cool character. So
He
here's
wasn't
Ezra
as annoying
unmasked.
as I feared he would be.
I don't think he's that annoying. I think
Yeah,
he's.
no, yeah, he's not. He's
Oh,
actually
he's
kind
not.
of
Okay,
he's
yeah,
kind
no,
of
no.
creepy.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, he is creepy, and he's not annoying in my opinion. He's a control freak, and that's something that, yes, that's kind of what the Empire is. So
Hmm.
let's just make sure that everybody understands that. Very cool little scene there with him kind of telling them that you're coming here as children, you're leaving as stormtroopers. So
Uh-huh.
that was cool. I guess they really just right from children they go into battle. So that's
They're
kind
trying to
of
raise their army. You know, they want as many people as they can. They want as many stormtroopers as they can have. It doesn't
right.
matter whether they're trained properly. They just want as many as they can possibly get.
Exactly. And here again another fantastic shot of Ezra seeing a reflection of himself. Okay, so I want to point this out. The Episode 7 Stormtrooper helmets that we've seen, this looks to be the exact same, not the exact same, but that mouthpiece right there,
It looks really similar, yeah.
very very similar. And the everything other than that top helmet is what we've seen for the Episode 7 Stormtrooper helmet.
That's a good observation. I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, and plus remember Simon Kinberg said that there's going to be Episode 7 things in here, little Easter eggs throughout, and this I believe is one of them.
Things that lead up to it, yeah.
Yeah. So here we got a few characters here before they go into, as I like to call it, the baby box. Um, the box is an arena in Star Wars: The Clone Wars where all the bounty hunters fight each other, to join Count Dooku's team to assassinate Chancellor Palpatine. There was Clone Wars music in here, so yes, I was getting some nostalgia there, but here we have Ezra, of course. I believe this guy's name is Jarakai or something like that.
Something like that. I couldn't catch his name, in all honesty.
Yeah, and then we have Zer Leonis, who we've heard about for a while.
Hmm.
So that's pretty cool. They're about to get ready to go into this match, which, like I said, if that doesn't look like the box from Clone Wars, then I don't know what does.
Oh, that's the box.
This is the scaled down version of the box, hands down.
Same technology.
Yeah. So basically, what they have to do is they have to jump on these little boxes to reach the top, and there's friendly banter going on. We have a little bit of a tension between somebody and Ezra. It's somebody named Oleg. He's got like a green emblem.
I don't think we actually see his face, do we?
No, we never saw his face, but we know for a fact that these three other star students. So,
which is why they take their masks off, because they're
right.
They're better than them.
Which is very cool, and Zer Leonis, I'm sure, is somebody we're going to be seeing throughout Rebels, and same with this kid right here. I'm going to have to refer to him as that for now.
This kid.
Yeah. So very cool. It was very cool to see the box again. Nice little Clone Wars homage, and I think one of my favorite scenes. Boom! Chopper in disguise. There's a scene where they're all walking into this hallway here, and Chopper kind of signals Ezra, because not only is Ezra in disguise, but Chopper is too, and I can already tell you Hasbro's making this. So they're making it. Whether or not it comes out in time, I don't know, but it's very cool to see Chopper in different colors,
I like the sloppy paint job on him. Like they just kind of dumped a bucket of black paint on him.
Yeah, so maybe Sabine goes undercover, that's why she changes her armor. Who knows? So yeah, as you can see, Chopper's kind of walking down the hallway there. We got Commander Oresco and the team. So very cool to see a more people in Rebels, and signifying that these people may come and join their team at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if you guys noticed this on Sabine. It is kind of a dark shot, but there seems to be extra pouches added in this
You're
episode
right.
on her, right above her thighs.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I wonder if she's going to be building armor on herself, or what's going to be happening. But I thought that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not a huge, not a big deal, but I just thought I'd point that out.
Again, a good catch, because I didn't even realize that.
Right. So here's Zara Leonis. He watches as Ezra enters Agent Callus's dorm. There are Star Wars Rebels iPads.
The Imperial iPad.
Imperial iPads. They call them data pads here. As you can see, Ezra's trying to give one to Callus, and Callus, Ezra's trying to get into his office, saying if he can put it in his office, and Callus just takes it from him. I love seeing Callus in regular 9 to 5 business day.
Mm-hmm. His casual wear.
Yeah,
that's
casual.
His casual. That's his casual set of armor.
Yeah, just kind of walking with his iPad and working in his office.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny. So yeah, Ezra tries to take it, but of course Zara Leona stops him and says, and he doesn't hesitate. He's not against Ezra. He's saying, look, do not take that out, or it's gonna make the entire place locked down.
Mm-hmm.
So he saved his life. So we know Zara is not for the Empire at this point. There is a new task where they go into. Oh wait, going a little too far there. Zare and Ezra actually form up.
They join up. They're ready to do what they can to take out the Empire.
Yeah, which is very cool. Yeah, I really like it. Zare Leonis, of course, has his own. Why do I keep on saying his last name? Zare has his own spin-off books written by Jason Fry. So I haven't checked those out yet. I'm sure I will at some point. But yes, as for right now, he does have a bit of a backstory, and he's trying to find his missing sister's
whereabouts. What the Empire did with her.
Yeah, her sister's name is Dar. He thinks that the Inquisitor took her, which we definitely, I think, get confirmation of that a little towards the end. And I will put my theories on that in a second. But here's the next thing they have to do in this mini box is they have to shoot a target. In case you guys don't remember, in Star Wars The Clone Wars in Season 4, in the box, Reiko Hardeen, a.k.a. Obi-Wan Kenobi, had to shoot a target with a sniper rifle. And this is kind of what they did here, but with these blasters.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
good callback.
The thing that was cool was they played the Clone Wars music in a scene earlier. Before this, I forgot to say that, where it's the music that plays when, Moralo Oval and Reiko Hardeen fight, which was very cool to hear. Also, in this specific scene, Commando Arisco and Taskmaster Grint, who's the fat Imperial, they kind of talk about how Ezra, or in their minds, Dev Morgan, has some pretty superior skills, and they start to.
He's good, maybe a little too good.
Yeah.
Make a note of that.
I believe what they're doing, and this is a task, from the Inquisitor, they're trying to pinpoint who's Force sensitive and who's not.
Mm-hmm. And
this is actually a cool way of explaining that. This is the way that they kind of find, who is and who isn't. So yeah, at this point, unfortunately for Zare and Ezra's plan, Ezra and Zare have to be the top of their game, and of course, this poor boy doesn't know that Alright, I gotta look up what his name is. I cannot be calling him this. But, yeah, he pretty much is, the kid that's name is...
Is the kid that's name is something.
His name is Jai Kel. Alright, so Jai here. Ezra... Zare wanted to be the second in place, so Ezra just pushed Jai. Freaking like 20 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he didn't break any bones, but yeah, Jai wasn't too happy about that.
No.
So yeah. But then um, Chopper comes in to try to get Ezra, and Ezra lets Chopper know that he's not done with his mission yet. And here we get a very Princess Leia New Hope hologram scene where he's saying to them, "Look, Zeb, I know you think I'm crazy, but I need to do this. I need to help these people." So
I spend too much time with you people or something like that.
yeah. Now he was saying he needed to help this kid named Jai, because they found out that the Inquisitor is actually taking people to interrogate them. Um, and he says, "Yes, please. I'm going to arrest Dev Morgan and Jai Kai, whatever the boy, and so I think we got confirmation that he's definitely looking for Force users. I'm almost wondering if we're going to see like this little army of little like trained to be Inquisitors at the end of, the show, or
That could either be really awesome or really scary.
and messed up.
Like, yeah, that would be pretty messed up to see, the Empire training their own Force users.
Right. So at this point, we definitely know that, the Inquisitor is onto Ezra. He's onto a lot of the people, and that's probably why he captured Zara Leonis' sister. She probably was Force sensitive. A lot of people are speculating that Zara Leonis. I need to stop saying this guy's last name.
Zare's sister.
A lot of people are saying that Zare is related to John Boyega's character in Episode 7. Now, while that could be possible, it could be that Zare does have Force sensibility, and maybe it's a bloodline. I don't know. You never know.
You never know.
I mean, then again, you can say that his ancestor is Ezra. It's kind of up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So, in this scene, Ezra is trying to tell Jai that, look, the Inquisitor, and Jai doesn't believe in the Inquisitor, and then Zare says, look, do you have any family? And Jai says he's got a mother, and Zare kind of says, look, if you want to see your mom again, you're going to want to come with us. Their plan is to escape and get out of there, using an ATDP walker. What did you think of that scene? I thought that was really cool to kind of give a backstory of everybody and show what's going on with them.
Yeah, it did it added a layer of humanity to it, which I think is one of the things that makes this show so great, is there's, hey, they have families. They've had stuff happen to their families.
Right.
Stuff is going to happen to their families if they don't do something,
Absolutely. And also, guys, one thing you have to realize is, I forgot.
Is never mind.
Yeah. So this episode, also we get Kanan and Hera are on a side mission trying to get kyber crystals, which Ezra, helps them get it. I forget like what happened. I think he gave him a location to it, and Kanan is kind of mad that Ezra's not there, and he's really worried. But they're already into hyperspace, and he can't ask Sabine where he is. If you guys remember that there was Clone Wars story reels released about 2 months ago. It was a story about kyber crystals. It makes so much more sense why those stories came out. To tell you what those kyber crystals are, and they show them here. Clone Wars connections, very cool. So, a lot more connections to the Clone Wars than I thought there was going to be. Like, a lot more. So that's pretty cool. And in this scene, yeah, Kanan, our boy Kanan takes the Phantom out for a little ride. Really cool. So then we get a split scene where this guy, who is the guy so what happens is there's another match, in this mini box, and Ezra and Zare, or no, Ezra doesn't make it, but Zare and Jai make it along with this guy, which is Ezra's not friend. Ezra's not friend. Ezra's enemy, per se. And so they have to stun him, in order to get control of the ATDP, and they stun the pilot. So, yeah.
That's awesome, though. How Zare went into action, like, immediately. Because he's been thinking of doing this, this day coming, for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. And here's him and Jai in control, ready for action. Very cool. I'm really excited to see how much more we see of Zare throughout the series, because I'm sure there will be tons more.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So here are the ships that Kanan has to blow up. He's got to blow up the middle one. That's where the Kyber crystal is in. In case you guys don't know what the Kyber crystal is, it's what the Empire uses for the Death Star to destroy Alderaan. Very cool. I really love what they're doing here, just connecting everything together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it a heck of a lot better than I thought they would. So here, you know, they blow up this ship, and you can already see the Kyber crystal kind of exploding, kind of like how we saw in Clone Wars. So that's kind of cool to see that. And then this I thought was another awesome shot, where the Phantom or the Ghost is escaping that Kyber crystal's explosion. It's just completely wiping out those TIE fighters, you know, destroying them. And you can see that's TIE fighter dust right there.
Yeah, that's people dust as well. There's some scattered people in there.
Dude, I cannot believe that this show is rated PG. I mean G. It's a PG show. Okay, it is.
Yeah, there are people dying.
Yes. So here's Commander Risco and Taskmaster Grint. This is where Ezra jumps on the ATDP, and it looks like he's trying to take it down, but he's really helping them. And this line cracked me up. He's like, "Oh, looks like Deb Morgan is trying to
take them on single-handedly."
Yeah, look how happy they are. It's the humor in Rebels. It constantly cracks me up. It's awesome. I love it.
Yes, because it's actually funny. You know?
Yeah.
They're not just throwing lines out there to be silly. It is actually genuinely funny.
Right. So here's Ezra, and there's the troop transport shooting at it. I'm glad we're seeing a lot more of the troop transport. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Really dig that troop transport. And of course, you know, look who comes to save the day when they get out of it. The ATDP does shoot one of the ATDPs where Zara's in, and they all come out, and you know, stormtroopers are about to kill Ezra. But look who we got. We got a little sniper here, Zeb the sniper.
Zeb the sniper.
That was one of the most badass moments I think we've seen from Rebels.
Oh yeah.
So far, that was just very cool. But no, it gets better. Headshot. Oh man.
Oh, that picture looks great.
Sabine literally kicks somebody in the face. I'm pretty sure she snapped the guy's neck.
Mm-hmm.
Steps down, takes out her blaster, and just literally shoots this guy in the temple like he's dead. He's gone.
Yeah, he's out. He's dead. I don't think even with the armor you can get out of that one.
I started laughing at this scene because I'm like, they rate this a G show. That's ridiculous. And then, you know, they escape with Jai. Jai is the one who goes with them, and Zare says, look, I can't go. I need to find my sister. I need to find out more. So it looks like he's the hero, and Ezra said he's going to stay in contact with him, so we're definitely going to be seeing more of Zare, which is very exciting that we'll be seeing more of him.
I did love how he just kind of shoots around them as they're speeding away. You know, it's like, I'm kind of trying to get them, but not really. Man, these guns do suck, don't they? You can't hit anything.
Oh, yeah. And here we get a very Luke Skywalker-ish land speeder.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
They drive away with. Troop transport. Very cool. Really dig that. So now the Inquisitor is there. And, you know, this is a few hours after, I'm sure, and he says to Zare, or he's saying to everybody, this is the Padawan I encountered on Stygian Prime, which is, of course, where he was in Rise of the Old Masters. Now, this episode, I believe, is a few weeks after Rise of the Old Masters, like in the Star Wars timeline, because Kanan says that Ezra's been on this op for 3 weeks, I think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's those evil eyes staring into Zare's soul.
He's staring into his soul. It is, it's so creepy, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yet brilliant at the same time. I mean, they're doing a great job by making him that creepy.
Yeah. So, yeah, he is one heck of a creepy dude. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, everything is set and done, and Ezra is telling Jar that
that's his name.
Jar, that he's gonna, they're gonna get him and his mother into hiding, and I guarantee you they're gonna revisit his storyline, and something messed up is gonna happen.
Because he is force sensitive, isn't he?
that's what they're going for.
Yep.
So, and then Sabine, again, I did not notice that she's got a new, like, iPod Runner Touch. iPod Touch on her gauntlet here. I don't know, a music thing.
That's where she listens to her music. It's a Zune. It's something.
Right. Yeah, so that was Star Wars Rebels Breaking Ranks. I have to rate this episode 10 out of 10 easily. What about you?
10 out of 10. I wish I could. I almost wish I could be like, this is a very good episode. I don't think it was the best, but it was really good. No, yeah, this was even better than the other ones. 10. It's still good. I'm still waiting for the 9 or the 8 out of 10 to come along. But so far, no. It's all solid.
Absolutely, and I also want to bring this up. This was an interview with Dave Filoni, and this was based on Rise of the Old Master.
Oh, I knew you were bringing this up.
Oh, yes.
Anybody who's listened to the show before knows you're bringing this up.
Yes, I'm not even going to say in case you guys don't know, because you should know. Before I mention what Filoni said about that, Filoni did mention something about the twist with Luminara. He specifically said that Luminara, when that is a hologram, where she gets up and she's looking really scared at Kanan and Ezra, she's actually looking at the Inquisitor. And this hologram, because it's recorded, she's looking at the Inquisitor, 15 years ago, whatever, and the Inquisitor is about to execute her. So,
makes sense.
Whether or not he executed her slowly by putting her in a casket and making her freeze, or if he just shot her or stabbed, I don't know. It's a question for another time. It's very morbid questions going on with this episode. Very. So here's something that I must bring up. Dave Filoni says, I had a really interesting conversation once with George Lucas about sensing the Force. It was in regards to, it would have been in regards to Ahsoka. It was an old talk he and I had at one point about Ahsoka and Darth Vader and what you would think of that whole situation. But we'll have to leave that for another time.
You're just like dropping the mic, walking away.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what it is. Yep. If that's not...
that's not a hint. I don't know what is.
And then IGN responds, that's a question many of us have, and he says, a little good tease there, not that she's around. And he's trying to cover up himself.
Yeah, trying to backtrack there. A little too late for that.
Plus, he said, a little good tease there. We know she's... Come on, please. She's going to be in it. Not that she's around. Who knows where she is. Ha, ha, ha. He laughs. So very good insight. There's a ton of Rebels rumors floating around that Sam Witwer's cast in it, but we'll talk about all that on this Friday's main show, and talk about some bogus Episode 7 rumors. Bogus Episode 7 rumors.
You will have to stand in for me on those, but you know my opinion, so he will be my voice for that one.
Yes, and actually might as well, since you're here, since you won't be here this Friday, we'll talk about the casting rumors. Sam Witwer...
Who took a photoshopped image of the Episode 7 thing, though? Who took the costume of Darth Revan and photoshopped it? I can't.
Nope. I can't at all. So Ahsoka could be
Darth Maul possibly being in Rebels, or Sam Witwer playing another character.
Right. The other guy who's casting it is Andrew K. some or other. Interesting here. Andrew, who voices Saw Gerrera, and Vanessa Marshall were actually married, and I did not know that, and that totally blew my mind.
And you know my theory.
So it's yeah. Also, if Saw's in it, where do you think Ahsoka would go after the Jedi Temple? Possibly helping Saw's rebel unit. I guarantee you this is how they're going to bring in Ahsoka. If not, she will be in it. Believe me, Ahsoka will be in Rebels. If she is not, I would be surprised. Honestly.
You would be surprised.
It's yeah. So
I apologize for glitching out there. I have no idea what happened.
That's no problem. Thank you for joining in for another Rebels Roundtable. Tune in next Tuesday again at our regular time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, for our next review of, I don't know the episode name.
That's the episode name.
Yes, that's
the episode Untitled.
Name. Untitled, there you go. So tune in for that. One more thing. We got some new cast announcements, I guess. Casting list of new characters in here. Okay, it's backwards on my screen, so I can't read it, but Dante Bosco's in it, and he plays Jai.
Yeah, he was cool when I met him before, but now I can get something Star Wars signed.
Yeah, a few years back, Logan actually interviewed him, so
For Avatar: The Last Airbender, and yeah.
it's pretty
But more
sweet.
importantly, he was Rufio from the Robin Williams. What was that Hook, the Captain Hook Peter Pan movie? Which, holy crap, how awesome is that?
That's cool. So hopefully he attends Celebration or Star Wars weekends.
If not, he attends a lot of conventions, and I'm sure you'll all get a chance to meet him at some point. He was very
Oh
nice.
yeah. A few guest announcements coming up on our show next Friday, November 7th at sometime during the day. This is all pre-recorded on Skype. We'll be chatting with Keith, who voices Vizago on Star Wars Rebels. So, Cicatro Vizago on Star Wars Rebels. So,
Names are confusing us.
yeah, man, this is ridiculous.
Many apologies. We are sorry.
So yes, we will be interviewing the voice of Vizago next Friday, as well as Ashley Eckstein. That got delayed, and that's delayed for next Friday. So hopefully it doesn't get delayed again, and we will be able to record. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll edit that, get that up the next day. November 21st is a very special episode of our Rebels Roundtables because two people are reviewing it with us, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Taylor Gray, Kanan and Ezra. So tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be about an hour and a half show. Totally fun show. Reviewing the episode Gathering Forces, I think. So until then, thanks for watching. I'm Corey.
I'm frozen.
And that's
Frozen, so I can't speak. Okay, am I back now? All right, I'm Logan. I'm out.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the WolfPack Podcast. May the Force be with you. Good night.